Hello, strangers and scrufftards. Welcome to the War Zone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Scruffy Tales. And we are very briefly going to be taking a look at the fact that Ukraine seems to want Gripen fighter jets. And since they're not getting them right away, is a conspiracy afoot. So recently we saw a interview with General Serhiy Hulobtsov, who is the chief of aviation in Ukraine, and he talked about the Gripen fighter jets, how they would be very, very simple for the Ukrainians to uh, bring into their air force and get everything up and running. Uh, Partially because of they already, as he puts it, they already have the infrastructure for them, meaning they have the roads necessary to rely upon these roads as temporary airfields and air bases, since the Gripen puts a lot of emphasis on dispersed operations. And he also makes a point that the Gripen is fully compatible with NATO weaponry, and anything that can be launched by an F16 can also be launched by Gripen. So Ukraine is very much interested in the Gripen because of these perks. The dispersed operations, the ability to rely on ordinary highways as temporary air bases, and Gripen can launch anything in the NATO arsenal. But he also said, and this is very interesting, he said, we are currently working on the F16, building the infrastructure for it, setting up logistics and air bases and what have you. And then he went on to say, in second place, we have the Gripen. And all requests to Sweden have also been granted. It's just that this process is not a priority now. They are focusing on the F-16s. But isn't that interesting? What does that mean? All requests to Sweden have also been granted. Does that mean that they have asked for a number of Gripen weapons and what have you, and Sweden just said, sure, we will provide it. Doesn't that sound like that's what he's talking about? Very interesting. Now, the thing is that the F16 coalition has, as we all know, asked Sweden to not deliver Gripen to Ukraine. If that is because the Ukrainians have decided this upon themselves or whatever, it's a bit unclear. But no Gripen until the F-16s are operational. And the official explanation is because providing two foreign fighters at the same time would be problematic. So it's a bit weird that France, out of the blue, have decided to deliver their own fighters to Ukraine. Why can France deliver fighters but not Sweden? Huh? It's a bit weird since they couldn't introduce two foreign fighters at the same time, right? It is not unlikely that the F-16 coalition asked France to wait just like they did with Sweden, but the French simply decided to be French about it and said, fuck you, and are now delivering the planes despite what everyone else wants. And I mean, Ukraine, they want all the fighters they can get their hands on. So I don't think the Ukrainians are all that concerned about getting some French aircraft together with the F-16s. But could it be that the F-16 coalition does not care if France delivers their fighters? Maybe the US does not want Sweden to deliver Gripen to Ukraine, because if Gripen gets a good track record from the war, then countries thinking about upgrading to F-35s might seriously consider the Gripen instead. uh, I don't know. leave a comment what you think. Do you think it's a conspiracy, or are the French just being French? Or is there some other reason why this is going on? Yeah, leave a comment. It's going to be super interesting to read what you have to say about it. So, how many Gripen were we talking about? Are we talking about? Well, according to speculations online, Sweden might have been prepared to deliver between 16 to 24 Gripen. And combined with the two Saab aerial early warning and control aircraft that will be delivered, this would have been an extremely potent fighting force. And Ukraine is still very much interested in getting Gripen. We will all just have to wait and see when they finally do arrive. And before we end the video, I would like to promote another video of mine, Operation JDX1, and this is a true story where we had some Swedish soldiers take part in an insane UN operation during the Congo crisis in the early 60s, where they flew with helicopters deep into hostile territory, and a handful of UN soldiers fought hordes of cannibals as they tried to evacuate missionary nuns from the deep jungle. And 2 Swedes would receive medals of valor for their actions during combat during these operations. And I will provide the link below, so please check that out. It is an insane and amazing story. And to top it all off, it's true. Well, that's all I have for you. Leave a comment if you think the whole Mirage F16 Gripen thing is a big massive conspiracy, or if there's something else going on. And please check out the link to Operation JDX1. It's quite an incredible story. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Go på marsch, Ukraine. Give them hell.